In this video, I'm going to break down how to handle any sort of price objection from it's too expensive, I've not got the money right now, I need to speak to my partner to get the money off her, any sort of price objection. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to overcome this with confidence and close the sale. Let's get into it.
Okay, so before we get into examples, I will explain the objection formula I use. So clarify the objection, make sure it's actually about money and not about value. Okay. Then we discuss the real meaning. This gets them into result-based thinking, so they remember the real reason they jumped on that call with you. Then you diffuse the objection. Help them see the way their thinking needs to change in order to move forward and reach their goal. When a prospect tells you it's too expensive, it's never really about money. It's most likely a smokescreen, and there's a deeper reason that you need to find out. It's either they don't see the value or they're scared to make the investment. So, what you need to do, you need to clarify and to make sure it's actually about money and not value. So, you do this by asking, when you say too expensive, what do you mean by that? You've got to ask this in a concerned tone. So your prospect feels like, oh, I need to answer this. So this clears the smoke screen. Your prospect will then tell you the real concern. Okay, let me give you a scenario. I was once selling ads management for a marketing company, and it was selling to roofers. Okay. He stated it was too expensive. I can't get into much debt. I'm spending too much already. Expenses are crazy at the moment. So I discussed and diffused the objection by asking the roofer, okay, money aside, if you had a bag with $8,000 right next to you now, would you invest in this? He then said, yeah, I would. Of course I will. So I asked him, why? In a very concerned tone, why? This was so the roofer could sell the service to himself again. It got him into result-based thinking. So he remembered the real reason he jumped on that call with me. So he stated he needed the money to save the business. It's currently failing. They're just barely surviving. They can barely pay their expenses. The psychological effect behind this is to move the prospect away from money and to realize the problem he currently has is bigger than $8,000. Following this formula helped me realize it's actually fear-based and the prospect actually sees the value in what we're offering because he sold the service to himself. So I could then move on and pick a suitable payment plan option to get the prospect on board. I then asked the roofer, okay, would you like for me to share a more manageable process to get you started to help you move forward today? And the prospect said, yes, yes. What have you got for me, Michael? Okay. Okay. How much did you have in mind to get started today? He then mentioned, what did he say? He said, I have $5,000 available on a credit card. Okay. The real reason I asked this question before dropping a payment plan is so in the prospect's mind, we don't offer a payment plan and we appreciate him telling us about his current situation and we want to help him now to get him on board. So what I then did with the prospect, I said $4,000 now and $4,000 in 2 months. So would that be okay? Perfect. And we agreed on that and the prospect was on board. Another way to overcome a price objection is to clearly present to your prospects the exact cost, the exact dollar of not taking action today. So let's give a scenario. You're selling an AI calling system, you charge $5,000 a month for 12 months. You've clearly clarified the prospects. You know the real reason they're not joining is because they're scared to invest. They know the value you offer. Okay. So during the discovery section of your call, the prospect has told you he's currently paying his staff in the call center $12,000 a month. Okay. In total in wages. He's mentioned his employees are lazy, they turn up late at least once a year, someone's on maternity leave. So what you need to do now is to reframe the prospect's mind. Okay. So let's say you continue spending $12,000 for the next 12 months. What's that? What's the most? That's okay. So let's say it's $144,000 you spend in a year on wages, on employees who give you average work rate, they turn up late, they're not performing consistently every day for 12 months. On the other hand, you spend $60,000 on an AI calling system with us, and it doesn't need time off, it doesn't need maternity leave, it doesn't come strolling in late on a Monday morning hungover. It performs at the same high level all year round. Are you willing? Are you willing to waste $84,000 for the next 12 months on employees who don't care about your business. Once you ask your prospect this and you show them the cost of inaction is $84,000 for the next 12 months, and you ask your prospect, are you willing to settle for that? They're going to say no. Your prospect has now shifted their mindset from it's too expensive, $5,000 a month is too expensive, to realizing, oh, this is actually a lot more cost effective than taking no action and spending $144,000 in a year on employees who are not serious. Okay. With them seeing the cost of investment is a lot lower than not taking any action, it's now very difficult to not close the sale. The price objection is one of the most common objections. Many salespeople try to justify their price. They start saying, oh, but we offer guarantees. If we don't do it right, we'll give you a refund. We're the best in the market. Just stop all that. Just reframe the prospect's mind and show them their goals or problem is a lot larger than the price you're offering for your service. Now start confronting price objections with confidence. Like and subscribe, people, and comment how you have been approaching a price objection.